Hey everybody, welcome to another amazing episode of
The Unbox Boys!
What? Give it all to you. Okay.
I'm Dave, along with my son Elias.
Hello.
And we finally have all the pieces in place to do the Mantis Build-A-Figure, but to get to her, first we have to get through him. This is a figure that is probably unfamiliar to many, except perhaps the more hardcore Marvel comic book fans. This is a guy, Ex Nihilo, who comes, his origin, at least his first appearance, I would say, is from the Avengers #1, but not like the old Avengers #1. This is from February 2013. So modern age character. He doesn't go way back too far. So if you've never heard of this guy, don't feel too bad. Unless you've been keeping up in the past several years, you may not have seen this guy before. But let's check out the box. First, we got the figure there. This is from the Mantis Build-A-Figure Wave, Guardians of the Galaxy Wave 2. You can see the logo there on top. Guardians of the Galaxy, even though it doesn't say Volume 2 there. I think that's for the characters that weren't in the film, like this guy. I think they just get the Guardians of the Galaxy here without the Volume 2 indication there. He's in a shared box with Adam Warlock. And so the Adam Warlock came in this same box. There are both of the figures on the back. There's a quick write-up there, which you can read, which really isn't specific to either one of them, but you can pause that and check it out if you'd like. And then there are the figures that you need if you want to do the Mantis Build-A-Figure, which we do. You only need the first 6. You don't need Death's Head 2 because he doesn't have a Build-A-Figure, but he's a kind of cool-looking figure if you want to get him anyway. Let's crack it open and check out a quick... We're actually not going to do a slap on this guy. We're just going to do a quick overview so we can get to Mantis, but let's take a look. And there is Ex Nihilo outside of his packaging, free to roam about wherever he roams about. Again, a quick overview of this. Sculpt-wise, I think it looks good. I'm guessing most of this, at least the torso, is probably... based on an existing mold already, perhaps the same one that was used for Black Panther or some others. It looks pretty cool, though. As far as the likeness goes, I have not seen this character in a comic. Have you?
No.
So
Not that I am aware of.
Yeah, so all we really have to go by is what's on the box. And so, yes, it looks just like what's on the box that it came in, which it should. So likeness, I'm assuming this is what Ex Nihilo looks like. As far as articulation goes, you can see that he's got a lot of the points here. We've got the from the foot, you got the joint with the rocker there, the boot cut, even though he has no boots, a calf cut, double jointed on the knee, a thigh cut there. Looks like the T-joint for the crotch. Looks like a cut at the waist there. And I do know that he has pretty good ab crunch there, back and forth. The arms are standard 90 degree. You can spin it around. He's got the bicep cut, double jointed elbow, and the wrist. The head has a really great range of motion as well. And then as far as the paint goes, there's not a lot to talk about. He's gold, and it's kind of shiny, but in a few black spots there on the chest, which is done pretty cleanly on this figure. And then as far as his face goes, it looks pretty good. The green eyes, including a third eye, and nice white teeth. He's been brushing and flossing regularly. So I'd say, again, not knowing really much about this figure at all, it's a good looking figure. So if you're looking for him, it'd be a good investment, especially if you want to get the Marvel Build-A-Figure for Mantis, which we're going to check out right now. And there she is, everyone's favorite empath, Marvel's Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. A great-looking figure, an unusual Build-A-Figure option, because typically when they do a Build-A-Figure, it's because the pieces are bigger, and it's a much larger figure overall.
Yeah.
Like you've seen with Dormammu from Doctor Strange, or the Marvel's Warlock from that wave. I mean, a lot of them are just bigger. Hulkbuster, a lot of these bigger figures. And so she is really, quite slight and tiny compared to a lot of the figures that actually were in her wave, with the exception of, perhaps Baby Groot and and Rocket.
Yeah.
But anyway, a great choice because I think she was a real breakout character in the film. Loved her interactions with Drax and the rest of the team there, and I think they've done a great job on this figure of Mantis. Let's check out the slap here first. The sculpt. I don't know. I don't think this body is based on any other figure, but I could be wrong there. Leave it in the comments below if you're aware of where a lot of this mold might come from. But as far as the head sculpt goes, I think it looks great. Looks like these antennae are even, kind of molded straight on, like an add-on or glued on, like the hair might be. So that's kind of cool. As far as the overall outfit, lots of great texture in the pants here, and even in the back, some nice texture. Lots of great wrinkling. Her hair looks great as well, even though Elias is not a real fan of this haircut.
Yeah,
particularly.
It looks like it's going in her mouth almost.
Yeah, we've seen that style. I'm trying to think of what era this haircut was really popular, but I think as far as sculpt goes, we'll give that a full point.
Full point.
For likeness, I'm really impressed with this. I think she was so expressionate in the film, even though her eyes were really similar to this, pretty black and not a lot. She was able to express so much, even when she was trying to smile, force a smile, and do those types of things. So they've gone with kind of almost a pose here, like she's using her powers, even indicated here with the using that to make ego sleep, or one of those kinds of things, those empathic powers. So I think of the choices, if they weren't going to give us two face or two head options, I think this was a good way to go. Likeness, it looks like a dead-on Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So we'll give that a full point.
Full point.
For articulation, let's see. Her head does twist side to side. It is a little bit hindered, but her hair is soft enough to where you can get past it if you need to. Up and down motion. Down is pretty good. Up, not so much. The hair does kind of get in the way of that. As far as the arms goes, kind of your standard Marvel fare here, where you get kind of actually a little more than 90 degree. Actually, no. If you go up, she's a little tight there, but yeah, about a 90-degree angle, but then you can spin it up. She does have a bicep cut there, single joints on the elbow, and the twist at the wrist with, I don't think she has any up and down. Oh yeah, I guess she does. Maybe a little bit. Yes? Barely. Not really. Much at the wrist there. The rib cage cut for a little bit of an ab crunch, very slight, not too much. It kind of helps her stand up straight, but she doesn't really bend over at that point too far. No cut at the waist. As far as the legs goes, with that T-joint, she can do the splits about that far. Forward and back. Forward better than back. The back doesn't go back too terribly far. She does have a thigh cut, double jointed knee, and a kind of a low boot cut there, but it works with her. And then the feet do go, I think, let's see. Yeah, if you got to get them straightened out. But it comes on that rocker in a little bit of up and down motion. There's just kind of got these big wedges here that kind of make it difficult. But so I think it's great. Again, for such a slight, thin figure there, we'll give a full point for articulation.
Full point.
And as far as the paint goes, I think this is really great. I didn't notice her skin tone in the film too much, so they haven't done a lot with that. There's not a lot of variance in the skin overall, but I think they've done a nice job with the eyes there, even the eyebrows, the lips paint there. The hair has got some nice touches here, a little bit of color, kind of a teal green streaks in there a little bit. And then a really shiny green paint here looks great, I think. It was a good choice as opposed to a matte. I think it really goes well. And then mostly just black. But again, a lot of nice detail where it could have been done sloppily, but they've done a really good job. So for the paint, we'll give that a full point as well.
Full point.
So as Mantis helps Ex Nihilo fall asleep with her powers, we're going to give her a 4 out of 4 on the slap scale.
Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, be sure to slap that thumbs up and share it with your friends. Click our circular logo in the top left to subscribe to our channel. It's absolutely free. And there's a link to another video you might like in the bottom left. If you want to reach out to us, comment, or check out our info in the description below. And above all, remember, God loves you. It's the truth. And Jesus is the proof.
The Unbox Boys.